With all the historical buildings and the abandoned mining towns around the Goldfields, you'd be surprised if there wasn't a good ghost story or two to tell. Oh, today we're headed to the Coolgardie cemetery to dig up a tale or two. And we're going during the daylight. And I'm not going alone. Vic Dale has been gathering the stories of his hometown for years. He knows where the bodies are buried and how they got here. In its first 5 years, more than 1,100 people were buried here, and at one stage they were having to dig around 7 graves a day. And not everyone in here died of old age.
The most common cause is dirty water. If you didn't boil the water, it was pretty well a death certificate.
So are all the people who died in here, are all the graves marked?
No. All these little discs that you see, that is a burial site. See, people had come from all over the world. The first 100 that were buried here, 37 of them, they didn't even know their names.
And then you've got the other graves with the big elaborate headstones.
I mean, we've got a real beaut one over here. He was a bank Johnny. His uncle was the Archbishop of Adelaide. It's a reflection of family and wealth. Over in the Catholic section, Leo Beretta. We had enough money here in the 1890s to bring international bike riders to Coolgardie. And during one of those races, his front forks broke and he went headfirst into the dirt and he was killed in that accident.
Who's one of your more notorious ghosts that runs around Coolgardie?
We've got the story here of a lady called May Wayne. Very unfortunate story. She bears all the spirit of the early Goldfields. She's there trying to make money, better her life, and she's really hard done by. I can take you to where she was murdered.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think you'll like it.
So in true Goldfield style, we're back on the road, and about 16 k's out of town, along an old fence line, is the spot where May Wynne met her untimely death. What was May doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It's nowhere today, but it was a shanty. This was the main highway. People were going through to gold rushes through here. And her idea was to catch the travellers. You could stay the night, meal, bed and breakfast, stables for the horses.
So how did she end up being shot?
We've got 2 drunken men come out of Coolgardie, extremely drunk. Police have evicted them out, told them to get out of town. They've come up this road. As they've got closer to her camp, they're shooting and blasting at anything that moves, shooting shadows. Her silhouette in the old Hessian walls, she's got a lamp inside. They can see her shadow moving, shot her, 2 shots into there, 1 killed her.
Did they catch him?
They did. For fear of unfair jury in Kalgoorlie, the trial was sent to Perth. For lack of evidence, they were acquitted.
No.
Both men ended up going back to America. Connolly, who was believed to be the man who shot her, 18 months later was caught cheating in a game of cards and was shot himself.
Bit of poetic justice.
Poetic justice, yeah.
Tells a good story, doesn't it? In fact, Vic's day job is a poet, and the Queen has a whole book of his work. And if you want to catch up with her when you head into town, you can go into the Coolgardie Visitor Centre and they'll give him a call for you.